And once again, or maybe for the first time ever, we are back with another Shacknews Game of the Year 2020 deliberation. And this next category is one that is particular and special to Shacknews. I don't think any other gaming website or anyone really, I don't think anyone else does this category, but we do it here. It's best Strand game. Now, Strand game, obviously, this category inspired by the game Death Stranding, which was really a game all about connecting people and places and things, whether through a physical connection, a metaphorical connection, something like that's. Strand games are about connecting these things,
Connecting
in particular.
and
What?
rebuilding a broken world, and by doing so, making the player character and everything around the player character better.
Exactly. I think that's a good way of putting it. So, this is the first year that Death Stranding has not been eligible for the best Strand game category. I think
It had
Donovan's a
it had
little
the
too happy
director's
about
cut.
it.
It had the director's cut come out on PC, but interestingly, it was not nominated.
Ozzy,
Oh,
what are you doing? What are you
Oh
doing?
God, no.
What are you doing?
I'm just noting that it was
You know what?
not.
That's a good point, Ozzy.
It's very interesting.
That's a very good point.
Oh,
I think
Sam, your revenge is against Donovan, not me. I've done you no wrong, Sam.
Oh, have you done?
yeah. Well, yeah, this is an interesting category this year, and it's definitely, I think, a unique deliberation that we're about to hear. We have a few nominations this year, and I'm wondering if anyone would like to start off. TJ, you've always been a pretty heavy advocate for different games in the best Strand category. I'm kind of curious where you're going with it this year.
So, Sonic Frontiers, right?
Sonic Frontier.
This is an interesting premise for a Sonic game in general, because it's not the usual like Robotnik. Well, Robotnik did do something, and Sonic has to go kick his ass for it. But there's more to it than that. It's like you get put into this broken and fragmented open zone world, and everything is messed up. Everything is wrong. Everything is either dormant, or their Sonic's friends are like just completely like captured and unavailable. And the only way to set things right is to make connections with Sonic's friends, rebuild little, like recapture parts of the world little bits at a time, and put this broken, fragmented puzzle back the way it's supposed to be.
I mean, it's definitely, honestly, even the environment feels a little similar, at least in the beginning of Sonic Frontiers. You have like a lot of just sort of open hilly green pastures, like mountainous areas. Only instead of having to like traverse it and like climb through all of it, walk over all of it, you can run a lot faster.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, and you definitely are connecting things in this game, for sure. Quite literally through the little things you teleport into a virtual world and connect parts of physical reality that have been sucked into it with physical reality.
I feel like Greg should have some heavy thoughts on this one. It's Greg, I know you're a massive fan of Sonic Frontiers.
I just think it's Sonic is. You can't say this online because people yell at you, but like he's had like a rocky like transition like ever since. If they do occasionally do like a 2D game, and that game's great, and then he does a 3D game, and then like it's very divisive. Half the people love it, half the people hate it, and then you always catch guff on one side. Donovan mentioned 06 and got torn apart in the colors review, even though it was a good review. That's all they focused on, was that stupid one sentence about Sonic 6 being terrible, and it was. So like, don't try to pretend it's not. But Frontiers is it's a step in the right direction for the series. It's a lot of Breath of the Wild inspired. Sonic go fast as he should go fast. There's open world activities to do. There's puzzle elements. There's cyberspace levels, which are indicative of like Sonic Adventure 2, and like they really took their time to make this something great. but people can't shut up about the dumb pop-in or the fact that like he has a weird animation if he falls off a cliff, and this is what everyone focuses on instead of the gameplay of it being fun. But no
I was
What
trying
does
to
that have
set
to
you
do
up
with-
for a Strand game rant, but you got mad at Pop-In. Okay.
yeah, pop-in.
But
yeah,
in terms of the Strand aspect of it and the idea that it connects people together, I believe you're literally trying to connect Amy back together as part of it.
the cyberspace.
Yeah, that's just that happens with a bunch of Sonic's friends. So like once you connect Amy, then you go find Knuckles and Tails and all that. So it's similar to like the way that you're helping out like holographic Jeff Keighley in Death Stranding. Yeah, a little. I mean, it's a little different. I'm actually surprised that you don't help holographic Jeff Keighley in Sonic Frontiers. Jeff Keighley is nowhere to be seen in this game, which is another great argument for it.
Sonic even gets injured at one point, and like this is Sonic. Sonic is almost always overpowered in every Sonic game and like does not have even a slight care that he might be in danger. In this game, he actually gets injured and has to build back up from a rather poor state.
Yeah. Another thing that I think kind of makes this a Strand game is it feels like a lot of the robot designs or some of the story is actually heavily inspired by Neon Genesis Evangelion. And that is a show all about the way that humanity is connected to each other and how people are connected to one another. So if it's taking cues from that, I think that gives it an even more underlying Strand quality to it. But hey, that's just me.
Sonic Frontiers is such a Strand game that you can actually take most gameplay from the open zone overworld, put Death Stranding music over it, and it fits. And I know that because I've done it.
That's interesting. It seems like a lot of us are nominating Sonic Frontiers, and I think Asif definitely saw this as a Strand game, which I think is a massive compliment to Sonic Frontiers, because Asif has definitely gone to bat for Death Stranding for this category every chance he could, and the fact that he's going with Sonic Frontiers this year, I think, speaks volumes about that game in particular. But it's not our only nomination, and I feel like we got to make sure that we give some time to the only other nomination that I'm noticing right now for Best Strand Game, and that's by our wild Aussie man, Sam.
Look, mate, let me paint you a picture. You tell me whether this sounds like anything you know. A cataclysmic event has befallen a city, wiping out people. You fight in an open world against like ghastly creatures, and you help, spectral looking people sort of figure out their life and get things back on track. Does that sound like Death Stranding to you? Well, no, it's not. It's Ghostwire Tokyo. A game that TJ, you reviewed that. It has all the elements of a Strand game based on, I haven't put this right out here, haven't personally had a chance to play it, but from everything I've seen, everything I've read about it, it just seems to really evoke that Strand genre that we talk about here at Shacknews.
See, to me, it doesn't have the connection. Like, I feel like it's not about connecting ghosts and like helping them, like, move on or anything like that. It's ghosts are trying to kill you in all of Tokyo, and you're more of a
There are
Ghostbuster.
quests. Yeah, there are quests for friendly ghosts to help them. Correct me if I'm wrong, TJ. Are there not?
There are good
ghosts.
So
you're good ghosts that you. Yeah,
but
and what's a hologram? Feel like a hologram is a digital ghost, mate. Like,
whoa,
there you go.
Boy.
Whoa, man!
Everyone's mind.
We're getting philosophical.
Right.
Hold on.
Sam's right. Sam's right.
Where's my bong? I need to get in the right mind state for this. No, I don't feel like that is the major emphasis of the game, though. In my mind, at least play too much of it. I played a few hours of Ghostwire Tokyo though, and I didn't feel like the theme. It didn't feel like thematically it was about connecting stuff so much as it was about purification and eliminating, like,
Right, that's the
spectral
combat
horrors.
side of it. Yeah, like getting rid of those spectral auras, as you said. Whereas then you've got the opposite side of helping out these people. That
That's a
have been wiped out.
de-stranding though.
That
That's
like
de-stranding.
helping out these people. Yeah, but I mean, you're de-stranding robots in Sonic, right? You're defeating
No,
them.
no,
Yeah,
the
come
robots.
on.
If anything, you're freeing. Usually, there's animals within those robots that you're freeing.
Not the ones I destroyed.
Oof. Wow, Sam.
As,
Wow.
As a person who rolled credits on Ghostwire Tokyo, there is a lot of folks that you help out, but you don't really connect them to each other. Each situation you come across is kind of isolated in and of itself. The ghosts that you help out kind of just move on to the afterlife once you're done with them, and I kind of think that falls short of the Strand goal, because they don't come back into play later. They're not there waiting for you when you come back. They don't interact with the other ghosts. They're just kind of selfish, and they're just like, this is my problem. Wah, woe is me. I'm dead now. And once you help them out, they're just like, all right, see you later. They don't even help you anymore.
There you go, Sam.
Too, they're like, thanks for the supplies. See you later.
Yeah.
Thanks for the bridge. Later.
Don't get me wrong, I love Ghostwire. It's a fun game, and it's a very beautiful game at that. But it would be hard for me to say that's a proper the way in which things interact is less Strand that I would like.
It's oddly specific, this topic. It really is like oddly. It got a lot of moving parts, but at the same
I love how defined we've made it though. I love how like we've taken this sort of like almost intangible concept of a Strand game and
it's almost like it's
really boiled it down.
Not a real genre.
But yet here we are. proving year after year that it absolutely is a real genre, David. And I know maybe you can't strand it, but you know what? It's still stranding after all this time.
Oh boy! I won't be left stranded. I'm here. I'm in the debate. I won't be left stranded.
All right.
You want to be one of the pioneers that when Strand is an actual genre video game, we can point to these deliberations and be like, we were there first.
Yeah, when Jeff Keighley nominates Seafood 2 for Best Strand Game of like 2024, you're gonna be like, that's because of Shacknews.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying. Well, with that, unless anybody has any other nominations or any other deliberations or arguments they'd like to make, I believe we are ready to connect our votes and find out which game is the best Strand game of 2022. Morgan Shaver.
I'm gonna vote for Sonic Frontiers.
You reviewed Sonic for us, and you seem to enjoy it quite a bit.
I really love that game. I'm still playing that game. I'm trying to 100% it. It's a lot of fun.
100%. Good luck with that. It is a massive game. So, yeah, I'm sure we'll hear from you in 5 or 6 years about how you finally stranded the game. All right, so that's 1 for Sonic Frontiers. Ozzy Mejia, who are you gonna pick?
I'm also gonna say Sonic Frontiers.
All right, TJ Denzer.
Gotta go Sonic Frontiers.
I kind of saw that coming. Too shocked. Greg Burkleton Burke, can you even vote against Sonic Frontiers in any category?
Maybe, but not this one. Sonic Frontiers.
All right. Donovan.
Panic. Gotta go fast.
All right. Gotta love them chili dogs. Denny Von Doom, who you voting for, buddy?
I'm gonna go with Sonic. Gotta go fast indeed.
right, and hopefully you'll have a speedy recovery from your illness as well, my friend. David Elcratic.
Sure, Sonic.
Sure. Stevie T.
Sonic.
Oh man, I'm voting for Sonic as well. There we go. Sam.
I gotta stand by my nominee to the bitter end. I gotta go
Okay.
this way.
You actually don't. That's the point of deliberations, to have your mind changed.
You can admit you were wrong, Sam, or you can just remain wrong forever right now. No peer pressure or anything. But
I'll stick with it. I'll stick with it.
all right, Sam sticking on team wrong. No, I'm kidding. No. It's a personal thing. But I mean, you are gonna lose.
I know that. Really.
All right.
Hold up, let me count real quick.
Well, Bill Lavoie, where are you putting?
After telling Sam that he was wrong, it would obviously Sonic Frontiers for me. I'm not joining him. He's on his own.
All right, and even though he cannot be here today, our buddy Asif Khan also shockingly voted for Sonic Frontiers, and honestly, I consider Asif to be the world's basically biggest expert on Strand games.
It is definitely not Hideo Kojima. I agree with you.
Like Hideo makes the games. Asif lets him know how Strandtastic they are. I think that's how it works. You know, the people that make wine don't get to rate that wine. It's the people that know everything about wine that judge it. And I think it's similar here. Either way, sorry, Ghostwire Tokyo. Congratulations on almost making the best Strand game category a unanimous vote, which would have really shown a lot of unison in our team coming together. But instead, your one outlying vote and 11 votes for Sonic Frontiers split it up just a little bit, but still Sonic Frontiers is your best Strand game for 2022.